Brian just come up with an idea. A hole is drilled into your game system. Or not really. I make a custom part to where you have to drill a hole. I'm forced to. I make a little deal. Copper outline. Copper ring. Squirts thermal paste out small holes. But basically, the deal circulates the thermal paste, so thermal paste doesn't dry. It might be like a miniature air conditioner, though, to where you don't need thermal paste anymore. Like a little miniature air conditioner you set your deal on top of and it just stays cool. It's like trapped in the middle. It just blows cold air constantly. Little stop. Dude, look. You just screw in a nitrous and you see how much nitrous you have. So you have little tiny sprays of nitrous. Like you're running an engine of pump, 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 pump. And you have tiny squirts of nitrous in a small area acting as your thermal paste. You might be able to have thermal paste as backup, but you won't have enough room for your squirts of nitrous. But you still might need a little bit of small layer of thermal paste to absorb a little bit of the nitrous. So the nitrous doesn't bounce around and shit. It just gets absorbed into the thermal paste, And the thermal paste kind of disperses the shit. But basically, in the little small crevice, like you're running engine. And then you're obviously, to keep your shit cool, probably costs an average of $5 a month. Let's not make the shit 8 or 10. Let's make the shit 5. Let's not demand anybody. Let's not press anybody for $10 a month. Oh, fuck, $10 a month, fuck. If you do pay $10 a month, here's what should happen. Somebody monitors your system, sends you a refill prior to your shit expiring. When your shit's halfway full, you get your next refill in the mail. And then that shit's digitally coded. When you screw in your next refill, sends a signal, you screwed in the refill you're sent. When your shit's half full, your next refill comes in the mail. You stay on a $10 a month plan, and your game system longevity is lasted. So instead of people making more money off of, I gotta buy a new game system, you become inconvenienced, go through a bunch of hassle. People make that same money, but make you keep your game system, keep it up to par. So I believe the game system people should work with me, Brian Parento, Shirt Cobain, the guy that comes up with all the ideas for your Call of Duties you play, and I will verify a lie detector test. All the zombie maps you've played since chemo. Zombies look to be on chemotherapy, huh? When they're on round 1, I'm on chemo. And then they fucking sprint after you. Somebody gave me meth. From a zombie walking around on chemotherapy to a zombie clawing at you on meth is how the games change. But anyways, look what I'm looking at on the internet right now. Look at all the windows I have open. Look, all the windows I have open. Then I have another window open. Let me see. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Then I have all the YouTube windows open. And right now I was looking at tweezers to take apart my laptop. That's so much work taking apart the fucking laptop, dude. Dude fucking Man, he fucking was a whiz, dude. I have the fucking goggles to pull over my face so I can see detail. He was fucking whizzing. Hopefully I'll follow him real quick with his tweezers. And I'll put the thermal paste on. Which would be wicked. Here's what I want to do, though. I want to raise the shit up. Put some kind of chewing gum around. Some shit that when some shit gets hot, it starts to sink. Oh, I'll solder it. Oh, dude. That'd be cool. I'll raise the shit up. Put a thick layer of thermal paste. I'm not going to try this shit on my laptop. I'll try this shit on another laptop. Raise the shit off. Here's what I'll do. I'll raise the shit so much. Solder all around, and I'll leave a little gap in the corner. I'll squirt thermal paste in as much as I can till thermal paste squirts out. So that whole centimeter, at least a centimeter, or 2 centimeters probably. You know, probably 2 centimeters of thermal paste is underneath, absorbing all the heat. And then I'll solder that little corner up. So eventually, see, I'm not leaving any air. Ooh, hopefully that doesn't hurt. I might need to leave a little tiny air hole though for some kind of moisture to escape. I'm not sure what would happen if I leave no air. There might be a pressure build up and then boom. You know, I might need to leave a tiny little pinhole or some shit. But yeah. What made me think of the idea about the nitrous is I want to have a tube going into that little tiny hole, or I just hit a squeeze, or I just keep pressure and keep squeezing paste in that little cubby I made. I drill a hole, hook up a tube, and that little tube is how I squirt thermal paste in that motherfucker. And from the side, I just keep thermal paste squeezed in my game system. Brilliant. I solder all around the shit. I leave a little area. Stick a metal deal in there for the tube. Solder around the metal deal for the tube. I don't put any thermal paste in. Hook the tube up. You gotta buy a lot of thermal paste though. Probably $100 worth. Squirt some in there. $20 ought to just fill up the tube. Then you're squirting 80 in your little cubby. Then you should order an extra 20 to hook up to for when the shit dries or starts to dry out. You just keep squirting more thermal paste in the motherfucker. And every day you can sit there and check. And what I would do, I keep my shit outside. I'd walk outside. And if you want to be lazy, but you did buy a lot more thermal paste. Have a longer tube from outside. Let's say it's outside in your bedroom window on a curved roof. But be smart. Be smart. If you're going to put your PS3 outside, I have the perfect idea. You set your PS3. You can do the bottom part of the PS4, PS3 gets hot. If your outside is cold, you can set your shit inside, but stick the bottom part to a glass surface because glass surfaces stay cold. Because glass is directly related to the outside. So you can keep your shit inside, but press your shit up against the glass by taking a board and then just nail. So your game system's trapped, and you can still make sure and leave. Hit the eject button. Make sure you can Make sure you're able to take the game out without bumping the game. Now realize, without bumping the game, without causing frustration on you. What if a friend's over and you want to take the game out real quick? You don't want any shit in the way, so put your game system all the way against the wall. Leave yourself enough room. So turn your game system either horizontal or vertical. Leave yourself enough room to conveniently hook up the cords and cables. Pretty much. Keep your game system where you can drop the game in. You take the game out, then you stick the game in, and you just drop it. When the game senses that you've just dropped the game in, you're playing Plinko with the game. It just sucks the game in. And your cables are not being stressed. Your cables aren't being hung over and then being pulled on. Your cables are straight out, so if someone accidentally trips, which you should, bond all your cables together in a Velcro deal. Nail that Velcro to the wall. Bond all your cables in the corner from the window. Okay, let's say pretend I have let me see. Fuck. All right, my phone here. My micro cassette holder is my game system. All right. The bottom's going to stay cold. I have a board. I have the board. Okay, let's say I got cables connecting to it. The cables are coming down. Now let's say here's the cables coming from here out my game system. But I take little foam, not foam, Velcro. I just threw one of them little Velcro straps. Hold on a second. These the little Velcro deals I'm showing you. Wrap your cords up tightly so no one trip. People don't trip. You don't want to get mad and have someone trip. Pull out, yank out one of your cords, but you want your cords straight down. But you also want your cords to fit up in there, you know? So I'd like to develop a little deal to actually, a little sticky deal you can put around your, I want to invent a little deal. You take the legs and you wrap the legs around a cord. All right, watch. I'll show you. All right. Here's the cord. You wrap Velcro around the cord right here, and then another two legs of Velcro here on the legs. Then you got sticky. So you plug in your cords, put the sticky on your unit. So your cords are held in firmly with very little wiggling. Or, because you know how HDMI cords bend, you put a whole back on the system. Someone makes a custom back, I do, whatever, to where all your cords fit in a certain deal. And then you just plug in that whole deal and all your cords fit in exactly. You can even try wiggling them. They won't fucking wiggle. The HDMI cord's not going to wiggle. So if you trip, you ain't going to break the end and have to go. What if you order your cords? You can't just go out and get a 30-foot cord. What if you got your PlayStation outside? You can't just walk to Walmart and say, I need my 30-foot cord. You know, and what if you're during the middle of COVID again? What if another COVID hits, you got to wait 30 days? You're fucked. Make yourself where you're not fucked. So, run your shit along the wall so you're not fucked, alright? Have your thermal paste, squirt it in constantly. Have your shit up against the glass so the bottom of your shit stays cold. Or either the whole unit up. My recommendation, now here's what I come up with. A window. double pane though. But the second pane is slanted out so you have a game shelf sticking out your window. And obviously you got a security system as well. Cameras all around. Solar powered cameras. Bulletproof so someone can't shoot your cameras out. Cameras recording not on a loop but footage. Like, let's say you have a separate email which you have free 15 gigabytes, so you have the cameras on a 15 gigabyte loop. Let's say you rig that shit up to just record 15 gigabytes at a time, and fuck, if you don't check the shit within 15 gigabytes, but what you do is you take pictures, and you take a small amount of audio with each picture instead of a steady stream, so you can hold. So your 15 gigabytes is like 6 months or some shit, you know what I mean? Like 4, 5, 6 months, and your shit, it notifies you on your phone. You've hit 13 gigabytes. Has anyone stolen some shit from you? Should you check, and the shit talks to you. Should you check your footage? Let me check your footage and see if I see any strange activity. What if I see, and you have a program that checks for spirit activity. It just checks for movement in any form. I've located some spirit activity. Do you want to see? Yes, yes, yes! If your eyes can see spirits, a machine's eyes is able to see spirits. Many ways to manipulate a system, a digital system, to perform the tasks you want accomplished in life.
My buddy, old pal, friend. You wanna accomplish some shit, boy? Gotta jump into the mind of the local Puerto store, boy. Yeah! Giddy, giddy, giddy!